This is Agent Johnson, reaching out to Unity Foundation home base. I've made it to unidentified planet where the last known coordinates of the Fade Alchemist were located. I've arrived in a lavender field, and it's on fire, so I'm going to probably want to move. Yeah, that's not good. These are the last known coordinates that we were able to get from Sassy Rogue. Can you read me, Unity Foundation? Apparently I've lost contact. First order of business then will be to re-establish contact with the Mother Foundation and to get some supplies and infrastructure worked up. Looks like we're starting from scratch, but not to worry, I'm a trained agent and I know exactly what I'm doing. I've been traveling for quite some time, and I haven't found any sign of the Fade Alchemist yet, but I do see signs of civilization up ahead. Ouch. First order of business when the Unity takes over is to make all cactus plants illegal. Looks like we have a temple up ahead and a village. Hopefully I'll be able to find some information here. Attention citizen! Pull up all those cactuses, and have you seen the Fade Alchemist? Do not ignore me. Alright, so that man is rude. Sir, you do not seem to be observing proper safety procedures involving your smeltery. That looks like magic to me, but... Well, you are now under martial law. I need to take these items. Need to borrow this for a moment to get some charcoal. Sir, you do not seem to be observing very good safety procedures involving your lava. I mean, are you a little bit concerned that maybe your crops are burning down? You gonna take care of this? Sir? Ancient Johnson to Unity Foundation. The citizens here are dim-witted at best. They light their own crops on fire, and they just are content to watch them burn, apparently. So, obviously, this place is in need of management. Once we have obtained the Fade Alchemist, I suggest this planet for annex. Foundation, there seems to be a fell presence here. A lingering evil of some kind. I'll have to take up residency with these dim-witted certificates. There are monsters creeping about. So the corruption of Fade's magic is already apparent in this place. I'm sure he's here, even though the citizens here say they have not heard or encountered him. That cow just walked into the fire. Everything on this planet is stupid. We'll have to implement an educational system once we arrive. First lesson will be, don't walk in fire. Well, this fellow seems to have a nicer house. Never mind, I take it back. He put it on top of a mud puddle. These people, they dire need of management. Let's see what he has. Well, he didn't even bother to put it on the floor. Shrimp collector. Now, you might be of use. So, since you might be of use, I shall do you a service. Oh, those bushes could be quite good. Okay, I've made my decision. I'm going to help you with your floor. I shall come back to do business with you later. Try not to die by walking in the fire. I have found a vault. No supplies here, just animal remains. There are some metals among them, as well as some components I can use to make technology. Since I've lost contact with the Mother Foundation, I'll have to re-establish Unity technology myself. Agent Johnson log. I am now breaking into the temple that was part of the villager base. And I've found several artifacts that shall aid in my tracking of the errant alchemist. I have a fire protection bauble. That will have to be filed away later. And also this cake. I'm quite hungry. I don't know how long's been in there, but I should eat it. And my brain has just become more powerful. Oh good, we also got some armor and a golden apple. That'll help protect me since we now know this place is crawling with monsters. As I have this unique opportunity, I'll be taking this time to record this message for new recruits. So for training purposes, when we get back to the Foundation, we can use this. So first thing you want to establish is a way of getting resources. Now one thing that's available to all Unity members is the mining world. This can be accessed by any agent, anytime, with the proper tools. We develop a way of doing so with easy to access tools that I haven't done this in a while. And this has created our universal mining tool. And with this, we can put in stone brick to make these portal frames. You'll need about 10 of them now. Once the frame is complete, you'll just want to click on it with the tool, and you'll want to sneak to get in. Now this is the mining world. This place is flatter than the normal world and is a mere image. Nobody actually lives here. Several of these structures that you see are merely here because this place is a reflection of the real world. But it is a very useful place when gathering resources. Unity Foundation exclusive benefit. For beginning Unity Foundation devices, you will need to collect lots of stone and lots of cobblestone. These are simple devices. We made them this way intentionally, so if you ever were stranded, you'd have a way to get technology. Also, it's important to get lots of rest, but not in mining world, as demonstrated here by this very intentional example. Agent Johnson reporting, continuing video log. I have created a smeltery so I can get some metals started and smelted for our beginnings of technology. Fortunately, with my enhanced brain, I'm able now to create the energy cubes out of furnaces and raw stone. I am a genius. And these will be good for powering our devices. Next, our calculator. Calculator needs buttons, so we'll make several of them, and we'll need to provide an array for them to go into, so we'll make that here. And the final item will be the screen, which will make several of those because we'll want more than one calculator. And now we have our device. And our conquest of this land can begin in earnest. Let's turn it on and see what she can... It needs power. That can be rectified. Now we don't have any fancy power generation yet, but we can make a primitive one by covering one of these cubes with wood, and we'll need a crank. When you're roughing it, you gotta do what you gotta do. This is what is at hand. Put our hand crank generator on the ground, energy cube next to it, and you can place calculators inside of these to charge them up. Right there. Slip it right inside. Take out our crank. And let's open up our technological revolution. For your new recruits out here, I'll teach you how to use the calculator. It's Unity Foundation fundamental. You'll put what you want. Well, you just add things together. Stone plus wood equals reinforced stone. I'm making some now because we'll need it for some other devices. And these are things that nobody else can make, because this type of molecular binding is only possible with Unity Foundation calculator. The ground. Now this crafting calculator, we don't need, because my brain is a calculator. Continuing this pattern of enhancing our materials, let's combine some gold with some redstone. We have a rich gold blend. Much better than alloys, these are bonded at the molecular level. This new alloy will be used to create a scientific calculator. And with this scientific calculator, we'll be able to create even more fantastic devices. For example, redstone ingots, which we'll use to improve our cube. To do so is very simple. All you have to do is take some redstone and divide it by iron. Simple math. Now these redstone ingots are highly conductive, perfect, ideal for taking power out of our energy cube. So all one needs to do is surround it with our new mercury bonded alloy, and there you are. As with any survival situation, please remember what's first. Now, we've been having lots of difficulty with hunger. I don't know what's happened to my metabolism since traveling here, but it's not been good. I'm making a reinforced iron ingot by combining iron with the reinforced stone that we made earlier. Because food is becoming a real problem. And we're going to solve that with a hunger module. To make the hunger module, we need a stone separator, because we need amethyst. Now, amethyst can be extracted from lapis. We don't have any lapis presently, but I do know where to find some. In this direction, you can see it on the horizon, one of Greymerk's dungeons. Greymerk is another fugitive magician that Unity has been tracking down. We haven't seen him for a long time. I think he's dead, but he did leave several of these structures around. And I believe as I went over here and explored this mesa, I noticed that he had decorated one of the entrances with lapis. Only one block. But that should be enough to get us started here. There it is. That's what we're looking for. Now all we have to do is place that inside our stone extractor, and it will separate out the lapis from the amethyst. Give that a little bit of power here. We have plenty stored. It shouldn't take too long. Let's go ahead and give this a check here in a few seconds. Oh, she's already done. Now this is the large gem. We need the medium-sized one, and these you cannot deconstruct. So instead we shall make digital trees. That's right. Combining lapis with an ordinary tree in our calculator, the scientific one to be exact, we will get an amethyst tree. And now this is a sustainable resource. Thank you, Greymerk. One block of lapis was all I needed. We'll just set that right here. Take a little nap, and due to the science of digital genetics, we now have ourselves an amethyst tree. And that means the amethyst is now a renewable resource. We can chop down this wood, and we can put it inside our stone separator, and we will get the small amethysts. Now that we have one tree, we'll want to gather those leaves. Now they don't break like normal leaves. You'll need scissors for these. And also they don't drop saplings because it's an artificial tree. So instead, we'll want to gather all these leaves up, as much as 3 as we can, because we no longer have lapis or any amethyst to generate others. Fortunately, we won't need them anymore. So I'm going to finish up the remainder of these leaves, and we can now shove them into our stone separator. That will give us the amethyst, but if we want new trees, we can combine them using our calculator. One of the beautiful things about this digital terraforming is you're going to see my influence spreading. I'm going to create my grove of trees here, and from this grove of trees, they will provide us with all of our needs: materials, food, energy. All of our problems here will be solved. As long as our grove remains intact, our sustenance and other needs will be met. We'll be invincible. This is what it means to be a Unity Foundation agent. That being said, Foundation, if you can copy this, please send reinforcements. Who knows what kind of experience the Fade Alchemist is doing. We cannot let the balance of power trip. This is beautiful. All from one block of lapis. My digital forest. My digital grove of trees. Look how beautiful they are. I am beyond the mortal foibles of hunger. We found a golden apple, fortunately, which is the last ingredient we need for the hunger module. Now, this will allow us to store sustenance digitally. We can extract them right from these trees. Store them digitally in our device, and this will get us beyond the wasting illness of the dimensional traveling. You can see that my hunger has already begun to reduce. Just a few more should be enough. And there we go. Beautiful. Never again will I have to carry food with me. Or eat raw bacon. Those days are now behind me. This is another problem we need to solve. I'll not spend my days turning the crank. So, what we need instead is a different way of making power, obviously. And I think our trees here can solve that for us too. So, what I like to do is create a power generation device. I'm making some enriched coal and some purified coal. And from these, we'll be able to make a power storage module, which is simply an energy cube and this purified coal. Now that will act like a battery. We can put this inside our energy cube, and you'll see it suck up that 4RF. And if we were to crank it a bit more, you'll see that the RF will then be stored inside the module. So that's great. But we can do one better. If you take that module and you combine it with an amethyst, you get the starch extractor. The starch extractor is going to be the solution to our immediate power needs. We'll just start by connecting it up with our power cube here. Get this thing out of the way, we won't need it anymore. The stupid crank. We'll just plop it right here. This will need coal and something with starch, like leaves. You can also use carrots, bread, wheat, anything else that might have starch in it. These leaves can be easily reproduced. Oh yes, it's a beautiful sight. Just see our machines fill up with power. I think that will do. That will conclude today's report. I'll be following up with you when I have more news on the Fade Alchemist. I do not know what those are. End transmission.